I'm Jeffrey Ashkin, I'm the director of the movie. To my right is James Jeffrey, he was the cinematographer, he did the opening shot. And then to his right is Scott Jennings, he was the sound designer on the film. So, before I get started, I want to give a big shout out to someone who couldn't be here, my animator, Noel Nunez. He was unable to attend, but I owe him a huge debt of gratitude. I think that mission came out great. So, I guess we'll get started here. I guess for me, I really wanted to make a film about movie credits, because I space out a lot when I watch credits. I think they're very important to a movie, but I feel like a lot of people don't pay attention to them too much, except for like the main cast. And I thought, well, it'd be kind of cool to see if they had an inner life. And now that I've made this film, I get way more new credits now. So that was kind of like my kind of idea. Okay, so for me, I always feel like people are connected through their love of the same type of values they have, the same sort of, not say interest, but like the same kind of things that unite us can bring us together through any sort of obstacle. And I feel like the two main characters didn't fall into the category of all the other credits. They kind of did their own thing, they had more personality, and that's specifically why I had him wearing a hat and her wearing a scarf, and all the other characters didn't have that. So just giving them more personality than the rest of the credits who just want to go through their job and not kind of be alive. There was a bit of satire as well, as there is definitely the idea that executive producers seem to have a lot of control and the other people have less. And then, of course, you know, she had to have the same letters that he would have so they could make love when they more love when they put their arms together. That was the reason why she had that particular credit cover. To me, that was the idea that all the credits are kind of conjoined in this kind of like, I was going to use the like Wreck-It Ralph type world, like there's like a Grand Central Station, like the credit union is like a part of that, and then there's also this other place where all the titles come together and all the other different words come out. So, anyway, these credits that we see are like in a bland world, and that his other world is more colorful and more interesting than the world that he inhabits. That was kind of my thinking. So, tell me about the opening shot. I say he did the opening shot. As I said, I'm curious the composition of it.
You know, we just shot it on. I think we were on which one? Newport.
I think so. Yeah.
Newport, just on like a C300. Also, there was a very primitive version of this movie that we actually kind of, I think we reshot like all animatic when saw it.
Yes, we did do an animatic. It was actually acted out with some friends, and we did a whole version of this that didn't end up being fully animated. It didn't quite work. And this other story was, you know, more tighter story. Anyway,
and there were a couple other versions, you know, like the scenes that he started to animate that didn't really work, and then he changed it around again and stuff. And I had started working with Jeff first on his YouTube comedy series, The Jeff Show, and check those out. They're really funny. There's I kind of wish Jeff kept doing them because I really enjoyed them. So that's something you could look for. And then doing the sound, like, you know, animation, of course, is all about the sound effects and stuff. And, you know, Brett did a really great job on the score. You know, so my part was mixing it and adding in the sound effects. And it was fun. We also had, you know, an alternate version that I had tried to get some people to do voices, like just kind of murmuring voices and stuff. And then I got in trouble because they were union loop people, and they said, oh, you can't use their voices and stuff. So we did end up putting that into the movie. And I also always wanted to do more footstep sound effects.
Yeah.
I didn't quite get those in, so.
The composer was Brett Cameron Perry, who's an excellent composer. He's in Los Angeles, really great music. I feel like it amplifies the themes and everything. I wanted to go for something classical, but also sort of modernized. I feel like he had all those beats that I wanted to in the story. I like the idea of them just basically, at the end of the movie, it's like the end of the credit sequence, and then they'll take a break, and then they go on to another credit sequence. But maybe the two main characters will go on to maybe a little better life because now they found each other. You know, we're gonna open on this one character we're not really gonna see for the rest of the film, and he and I went back and forth about it, and we just really liked that character. We just liked how kind of indifferent he was, and kind of set the tone for the world that they inhabited. And I felt like, okay, even though he may not be the main character, he's really a character that I enjoyed seeing, and I was like, I just couldn't get rid of him. And actually was deleted scenes too in this as well. There's like a scene where he introduced the main character before, but I felt like the pacing was off. And I really wanted to hit like setting up the world, and the end I thought was a great way of just starting it. So, anyway.
Start at the end and go backwards.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And as somebody, as a sound guy, I'm always at the end of the end credits, so I really enjoyed working on this because it was like, the credits are the whole thing.
Yeah, thank you, yeah. And this guy, I gotta say, like, Scott has worked with some major talent. I'm very honored to work with him. I was telling my parents earlier that, I mean, I had to do a sound session with him. He's like, I have to work with Warren first. Running a little late, and I said, Warren Beatty was working with. I was like, wow, you know, I thought that was pretty impressive that he had time for him and for me. So, you know, thank you again.
My pleasure.
Yes.